guys, Oscar and I flew into Zurich this morning. We are now in our hotel room. We're probably just gonna wander into the city and see if we can find somewhere nice to get a bite to eat. Possibly more coffee, though I'm not sure how many more coffees we're allowed. I'm knit down to the waist on my lunchbox dress. If you are following me over on Instagram, you will have seen that I am knitting a dress in the style of my lunchbox raglan, which is a pattern that is currently in testing. So that's my current knitting project. I was gonna get some more fiber while I'm here because my friend Nora, who you might know as Sahim Mahe, I'm gonna put the name up on the screen because I'm not very good at pronouncing, but she recommended that I go to this fiber farm. So I'm gonna be going there later this week. I'm gonna pick up some more fiber, probably some merino in different colors, and maybe some silk and stuff that I could dye. I have all the dye stuff ready in Copenhagen. I just haven't had the chance to use it yet, so I would like to get some stuff that I could experiment a little bit with while I'm here, but we will see about that. But yeah, I don't have much more to say about right now, so I think we're just gonna go to lunch and see a bit of Zurich. So I'm sitting by the lake. I'm not 100% sure what this lake is called. I guess it's just called like Lake Zurich. On maps it says it's called Zurich Sea. It is so beautiful here. I've tried to find myself a secluded little spot so that I don't have to be super embarrassed every time someone walks past. Anyway, I'm making it work. So earlier today I went to a vintage store. It was called Love Me Two Times. I just bought this. It's just like a regular plaid shirt. And I bought it because I've seen someone on Instagram, I'm gonna put their username up here, but they go by Crochet Crocodile, and they've been doing these really cool like checked shirts with crochet around the bottom to make them into like a dress, and I really wanted to try that. I also don't own a checked shirt, so I wanted to get my hands on one because I feel like they look really good with my shoes. Yeah, I thought they'd look good with my shoes, so I bought a checked shirt. I also went to Marima Strict Cafe, which is like a knitting store. I thought it might be a little bit more like Woolstock because it does have cafe in the name, but they don't serve coffee. There was so much yarn to look at. I spent a very long time in there just looking over everything, making sure I hadn't missed any parts of the store because it is quite big. And I got some yarn. I bought 2 skeins, and I bought a single button because it was green. So excuse all my rolling stuff over here, but these are the 2 yarns that I bought. I had to get some Nora because it's like impossible to come across in store in Denmark. The only place I've ever seen it was Woolstock, and they only sell a very limited range, so I wanted to get my hands on some of this. And then I also came across this Linares Alma, and it looks like it's hand dyed. It's super soft, and I just really like the color, so I wanted to grab that. My plans for these are probably to make them into some sort of cardigan to match the necklace I got from someone on Instagram. And I also picked up this one button. I just thought it was cute, and it sort of matches the color of the main pendant on the necklace I got. So I'm alone in the hotel room right now, as you can probably tell. And I feel like I haven't been super chatty this vlog, so I just wanted to take a moment to sit down and talk to you guys about what I've been up to and like all of the things that have been going on. So on Tuesday, after I took a walk through China Garden, I actually met up with someone from Instagram. I met up with Nora, and she was super lovely. I didn't expect her to give me a gift, but she came with a gift, and I didn't have anything to give to her. I'm gonna show you guys what she gave me. She made me this gorgeous bat, and it has like all of my favorite colors in it. I can't wait to spin this up. And she also gave me this. It's such a gorgeous blue. It's definitely a silk and merino mix. I think I want to use this in a project with the other handspun that I've got from other people I know on Instagram, because I think it would be fun to do like a little community project of sorts. I got that idea from Nora. She's collecting yarn from all of her friends, so she has some yarn from me, and now I have some yarn from her as well. So yeah, that's what I got up to on Tuesday. Yesterday was Wednesday, and I was sick, so I didn't want to go out and do too much. I ended up just going with Oscar to meet one of our friends who lives here in Zurich. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do today. I was planning on going to this fiber farm, but it's all the way out in Hoodville, which is like 2 hours away by public transportation. So I don't know if I have the energy for that, considering the fact that I'm a little bit sick. I'm thinking I might go to some secondhand stores and see what I can find there, because I didn't pack the appropriate clothing for this trip. Hi guys, so it's our last full day in Zurich. It's Friday morning, and I'm about to go meet Oscar. He's finished up early today, so we're gonna meet up, go to a museum, and just spend the day together. I just very quickly wanted to show you guys the yarn that I got at the secondhand stores, or the Brocken houses, yesterday. This was a 1 franc ball of yarn, and I got 3 of them, so I spent 3 francs total. It's a wool and acrylic blend, and it's in this perfect shade of pink. Super fluffy, super soft. I'm very excited to use this for something cool. Hi. So it's been a few days since we got back from Zurich. We've just been settling back in a little bit. Yesterday I went with Oscar to the university and took care of some admin stuff, but other than that I haven't really been up to much. I've spun a little bit. This morning I spun some yarn, but I feel like I'm always filming myself spinning, and I wanted to do something a little different. So today we're going to be dyeing fiber. I've never done this before. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I also got some tips from my friends Jordan and Raya, who are both seasoned dyers. So I feel like I have a good grasp of how everything is supposed to go. So I'm ready to jump in. I'm in my kitchen now. I've got everything set up and ready to go. I just need to mix the dyes and turn on the heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix these up. I've got these Dharma acid dyes, and because they're powdered dyes, I'm gonna be wearing a dust mask while I mix these. Obviously, if you do this at home, you should also wear a dust mask if your dyes are powdered. And I've got gloves and tongs, and any leftover dye mix I'm just gonna keep in recycled glass jars. Okay guys, I took the mask off so that I could talk to you, but this is what we are working with. I just mixed together a couple different colors to get something that, I don't know, I was feeling in the moment. I'm thinking I may also sprinkle some dye powder over it depending on how the color comes out, but we will have to see. I have been told that I really shouldn't agitate the roving while it's dyeing, so I'm gonna try to touch it as little as possible. It's heating up on the stove now, so I'm gonna get to work and you guys will see the rest. It's starting to steam a little bit, so I'm gonna add the dyes now. I'm just gonna do it without my mask on, and then if I decide to add some dye powder, I'll put it on. I think something is happening. It seems like it's starting to take up the dye, which is really nice. I'm really trying not to get dye on the wooden floors. So I think all I have to do now is put the lid on and let it simmer for a while. I don't want it boiling, but it needs to like steam and the juices need to get sucked up, I guess. So I'm gonna put the lid on. I'm just gonna double check that that's the right thing to do. Okay, I'm definitely supposed to put the lid on, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I think it's finished cooking now. It's pretty steamy, but when I sort of press down with my tongs, it seems like all of the dye has taken up. Except over here where the silk is, it's a little bit blue, but I've heard that silk tends to do that, so I think it's totally fine. I'm gonna go ahead and let it cool down completely before I touch it because I really don't want it to felt. And I'm gonna take it outside, try and squeeze as much water out as possible, and then I'll just let it dry and I can show you guys how it looks tomorrow. Alright, so it's been more than a couple of days since I saw you last, but I wanted to show you guys what became of the fiber because I spun it up a couple days later and it turned into this cute little yarn. I'm gonna pop in some footage of it in the sun so that you guys can see all the different colors. But basically, I ended up with a lot of white patches. It was my first time dyeing, and I didn't know how to work the dye in properly without felting the fiber. So since then, I have perfected my technique. But it came out really cute despite all the white patches. I think it really adds to the yarn rather than subtracting from the colors that are there. Like, there's a lot more contrast, and there's all this really pretty striping throughout. So I think I'm gonna call it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I had a lot of fun in Zurich and learning how to dye fiber. I'm really excited to use it to build on my spinning and my other projects. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. I also just wanted to say that I'm planning for a drop in mid-October, so the shop will be updated probably around the 19th. There's gonna be some hand-dyed yarn experiments, a little bit of yarn spun with hand-dyed fiber, and some other good stuff. So if you're interested in buying yarn from me, or if you just like cool yarn and you want to take a look, definitely keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be posting updates about that on my Instagram story, so you can follow me over there if you're not already. But yeah, that's all I have to say, so I'll see you guys next time, and have a good week. Bye!